I make my silly little like outlines of what I want to talk about, and I never follow them. So
Oh, yeah, you're the only one that saw Thor.
yeah, I'm the only one that tries to stay organized, and then we get unorganized, and I'm like, oh well, fuck it, let's just go. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast. We teased you guys with a fun topic last week. Tim never showed up, even though he told us he'd be here at noon. So we never added him on the group. So maybe
We talked to him yesterday about this.
we did. We told him to set an alarm.
He was like, "I can do it if it's early."
Yeah,
And
we're doing it early just for him.
I took
Anyways,
I took some valuable time out of my Sunday afternoon of doing absolutely nothing and watching
I know,
television.
right? My valuable gaming time, my valuable time I could have been organizing the catering list. Dude, catering is hard. Like that's been my job, and it's expensive. Like I saw the numbers. We went to Rosie's and I saw the numbers. Like the before like the adjusted price for next year comes out. Oh my god.
Oh, it's that whole wedding thing is a scam, and you can make all you need is a frickin' barn out in the middle of nowhere with some electricity and an air conditioner, and you can make some serious bank.
So
That thing will be paid
so
off in a month.
hear me out, guys. Kimberly and I had this great idea, and we need some investors. We're gonna buy the old Golden Corral and turn it into a wedding venue.
There you go.
Plenty of buffet space, plenty of room. There's a
Dancing space, yeah.
dancing space. We can put the DJ somewhere.
It's got a
It's
kitchen. It's got bathrooms.
it's right near like 5 hotels.
Uh-huh. And if you want ice cream, you can just walk next door to Culver's or the
Like it
Cone
has its own
Palace.
ice cream machines.
Well, yeah, but
You want good
as long,
ice cream.
as long as we got sprinkles and chocolate syrup, I'll be there. If you're there, if you got that,
Yeah,
I'm there.
and I can make bank on that. You don't do anything. You just
You
have the venue.
maintain. Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably a lot more that goes on behind the scenes that we don't really think about. But
I know my
anyways,
stepson spent a lot of money on his wedding, and
well, I
yeah,
heard how I remember how much Derek told me that he spent on his.
that's Bel Air. That was expensive.
We didn't
I'm
even look
guessing.
at Bel Air.
No,
Well, I didn't. We both have been to so many things at Bel Air that we just kind of wanted to do our own thing. We didn't want to be
oh,
like everybody else.
I agree 100%. I think that's a great move.
And so we're going to a place that, it's pretty new, you know. Yeah,
That's
it's small, but we don't that's fine by me.
You ain't got no friends anyway, Chris. I don't. I'm just
I
kidding.
know. Hey,
No,
I'm
it's awesome. I'm pretty stoked for it actually.
guess who's on the guest list. And I will be stoked if they come. Derek and Baron.
You think? Oh, you're actually going to invite them?
Their invites are sitting right here. And I'm
Well,
going to write
good.
them a personal. I'm not going to handwrite it. I'm going to type it up, but I'm going to type them up a personal letter and put
Yeah,
it
if
in
you
there.
handwrite it, they won't be able to read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that joke like at the beginning. I was like, well, I was gonna handwrite this, but I couldn't read it, so I decided to type it up.
I just
My
want
handwriting's
to
just
know
gotten
what's
worse
gonna
ever since I
be.
left school.
Yeah, I can't write good either. But they say that really smart people write sloppy, so I'm just running with that.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm left-handed, so that's two things against me. I'm right terrible. Left-handers usually write terrible.
So Kimberly has an idea that I do. I use my left hand for a lot of things, but I'm supposed to be right hand dominant. Like
Oh,
when I eat with my left hand. I cut with my left hand. Um, she wonders if I was left-handed and just was never promoted to left-handed.
well, they say if you sit on your hand and use the opposite one, it feels like somebody else is doing it, Chris. So.
Shut up.
Oh my god.
So you're ambidextrous, is what you're saying.
I'm
No. No.
I'm horrible with my left hand. I've tried to write. It feels so weird, but yeah, I'm 30 years old, so
So what do you do with your left hand?
I cut and eat my food with it.
Really?
Yeah. When I'm working with tools, like I use my left hand when I'm working with tools.
Well, okay, so I'm left-handed, right?
Yeah.
So like I throw a baseball or football left-handed, I write left-handed. But when I play the guitar, I play right-handed. When I play golf or I bat and golf right-handed. So there you go.
I mean, it's hard to find. I would say you kind of almost have to order like left-handed and like golf clubs and like
Yeah.
You don't find those.
guitars. Yeah, it just
Well, you can flip the strings around. You know, you can put the strings on upside down. But yeah, I know. But yeah,
okay.
but they do make left-handed guitars, which is so weird. Oh yeah, I play right-handed because my dad played right-handed, so that's how I saw it. And so, but if I kick, I use my left foot. I don't know how using the left foot translates to being left-handed.
If you're left-handed, you're right-footed. That's what I found out. With my
No, I like if I kick a football, I kick with my left foot.
I don't know. You're ambidextrous somewhat, but what I was told by the doctor that if you're right-handed, you're going to be left-footed. So that's why it kind of affected me different, a little bit more, because it affected my dominant side or my dominant foot. At least that's how it was kind of explained to me. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but
I don't know. I've never tried to.
I can't do anything. I don't think been trying to think of what I could do with my left hand because it's pointless. It just,
Really?
I
Nothing.
hold my phone. I hold my phone pretty good with my left hand. Scroll through TikToks and shit. Pretty good at that.
Okay. So let's get back on track. Not talking about left, right-handed, left-footed, right-footed, big brain, small brain. Let's hold off on the top 10 list because what I'm going to talk about is not going to take more than like 5 minutes, if not even 2 minutes.
Might
So I
give
guess
Tim some time.
am I the only? Yeah, that too. Am I the only one that saw Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to see it today. Maybe sometime, but I doubt it. I have some other stuff to take care of.
So I'm gonna do my best not to do spoilers, but I always say that, and I talk too much. Anyways,
He's the worst with spoilers.
I am, and I do apologize. I feel bad, but I get so excited when I'm talking that I just keep talking. Anyways, do not listen to the early reviews or the reviews from people. It is better than what people are saying it is. At least I thought it was. I think a lot of people.
Does it have a comedy aspect to it?
Yeah, it's funny. We were laughing all the way through it. You don't really have the only movie you have to watch before this to understand what's going on are the previous Thor movies and the Avenger movies. So it doesn't really have anything else to do with any of the other movies other than Avengers and Thor.
Okay.
So it's not like you don't have to watch every episode of Loki, every episode of Captain or Miss Marvel, and then read 20 comics to understand what's happening. No, it's pretty cut and dry. It tells you. But I think the reason a lot of Marvel movies have been doing bad, or at least we think they're bad, is because they don't live up to Endgame and Infinity War. Those two movies were just so good that everything since then has not been the same. I saw people complaining that it was just under 2 hours. It's like I think an hour and 58 minutes or something like that.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I'm looking it up. It is an hour and 59 minutes runtime.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And people were complaining that was short. It's like you don't need no 3-4 hour movie every time. Just because, but all the Avengers movies, well, the last two Avengers movies were, 3-hour epics, doesn't mean they have to be 3 hours. And I didn't run into the issue of, hey, they could have cut out this 5 minutes or this 20 minutes to make it better. Like everything was good.
We talk about that quite a bit in movies, especially the long ones where, I see that they could cut this out or that out.
Yeah. But it's good. Don't listen. I've seen too many people saying it's not that good, but I give it about a 7 or 7.5.
So it's just a fun movie to go to. It's nothing.
It's a fun movie. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
And that's all I wanted. I wanted a fun movie to go to and have some fun. Can I
Well,
talk about the theater here in Richmond really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the theater here in Richmond, you know how the AMC in Kokomo has the 2 levels?
Uh-huh.
Well, they have that here. They have like this is a big theater. They got like 14 theaters,
Jeez.
but it's you can tell they expanded it. They didn't build a new one. They expanded it. So like the new half are like Kokomo theaters. They're like the double. They got the bottom section and the top section. Where I was, think the old Carasotas where Five Guys is.
Yeah.
You got the one row going down the middle. The seats are not comfortable. It was just old. It felt like I was in an auditorium.
Disney was like that for the longest time at Disney Springs.
Yeah,
Because
that
they
theater,
had
just on the outside, that theater is really nice.
they had a 6-screen theater first, and then they expanded it and they put the balconies in. Then when they went back with the old side of the theaters, and they put the dining experience, like you could order food. They took the old theaters and transformed them into that. Because they had the old theaters, like you said, where you walk down the middle and the seats are uncomfortable. And
Everyone has to get out the same way. You're sitting against the wall, so you have to put your ass or crotch in front of 20 people as you try to get out.
uh-huh. Wow, I ain't been to a theater like that in a long time.
It was kind of weird, but we sat in the back in the handicap spot, so it was just like 2 seats.
Ooh, I got a story about that. So you took like a handicapped person's spot, huh?
Yeah, but we were going to be like, if anyone comes in, we'll move. No questions asked.
When me and Josie, what did we just go see?
Black Phone.
Black Phone. These idiots were sitting in the handicap section. Somebody comes in with a wheelchair, and they wheeled them down to the front area of the theater, and they didn't even get to sit with their friends.
Wow.
And the a-hole and his wife wouldn't get up.
I would have went and got a.
I was pissed. Yeah, Josie told me not to. She's like, "Don't cause trouble, please."
Call
The
Mikey.
guy's
He'll come and kick some ass.
The guy's gonna beat you up. I was like, "What an a-hole move! You can't see that there's somebody with a wheelchair. Get up." He just looked like an a-hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only time I've ever used those handicap spots was when I was in my crutches. Then we went and saw Corella.
I mean, that's fine. You're in crutches, but this guy was in a
Yeah.
wheelchair, and these people were walking, and he got up like 3 times and redid the popcorn, because he's fat. But
Yeah.
No, but we just didn't want to go down there and have to sit next to people, so we sat in the handicap spot. And then we're like, if someone comes in, we'll move, no questions asked.
right.
But they were again, go see the movie. It was good. It was packed in there though. Richmond does not have the same, I guess, movie going people like Kokomo does. I got there 30 minutes early thinking it would start getting packed, like Kokomo does. No, it got busy about 5 minutes before the movie started. Was when everyone
Really?
filed in. Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess I might not have to get here 30 minutes early anymore.
That's
But
how I do it. I want to get there about 5-10 minutes before.
no,
Not me.
I want seats. I
want-
want a good seat.
That's why I said I don't want people choosing my seats for me. I want to sit wherever I want.
Hmm. I don't want to have to sit very front row like I've done a couple times, and have a crank in my neck.
Right.
Anyways, we've given Tim like 20 minutes. He's not coming, or he's going to show up at like 5 minutes left in the podcast. We left last week with some homework because of the crappy, shitty
Rolling
Stone
Stone.
article for the top 50 superhero movies. We decided to do we were going to do what, like a top 20, but we decided just to do 10.
Yeah.
Yes, Tim was best.
We got our 10. So how do we want to do this? We want to go around one at a time saying, our number 10, and we all go around 10. or do we want to do somebody's list all at once?
Do it all at
Well-
once. I think.
Okay.
Okay, give some example. Give some reasoning behind your picks too. Like the best.
My reasoning is these are the movies I enjoyed the most. Like I really thoroughly enjoyed these movies, and I started looking at them, and there's not that many. Like they're not Marvel movies.
I got four.
I've got I take that back. There's three. I think there's three.
I have 30. also.
Actually, never mind. I got.
No, I've got four. I'm sorry.
Do you
Five.
do you count
It's like
Marvel
half, but
Disney
it's-
or like Marvel like Sony? Do you also count Marvel?
Yeah,
Sony?
I count Sony.
Okay, 6. I got 6 then.
So
Damn. I got 3.
Well, I got one on here. Probably neither of you got. So
one is on here that is. It's not.
I bet I have 2 on here that nobody has.
all right, who wants to start? I'll go first.
Okay, you go.
I'm gonna write down what you guys do just so I can keep track. All right. So number 10, I
Morbius.
picked.
No.
Yes, Morbius.
What?
No, I haven't even seen the movie yet. I picked Hancock with Will Smith.
I have that like as an honorable mention.
You did?
I have it written down, but I didn't rank it.
That movie is just a really fun movie. For any of you who haven't seen it, I'm gonna spoil it because it's been out for like a decade.
Oh yeah, just feel free to talk about this shit.
Basically he has like amnesia and doesn't know like who he is, but he has superpowers. He's basically Superman, but he's like an alcoholic and just destroys the city. And he's more of a nuisance than he is a superhero. He just kind of does the superheroing because he has something else to do. And I've seen something that like he and who's the girl? Charlize Theron is her name? Or,
Yeah.
that they're like angels, and while they're immortal while they're apart, but they always are drawn to each other. So that's why they kind of lose their immortalities when they're together. So I don't know. It's a really fun movie. It's more dealing with alcoholism and stuff, and depression. But it's a really fun movie. Number 9 is the first Avengers movie. It still lives up. Is it as good as some of the later Avengers movies? No, as you will see. But it's still a really fun movie. It's the granddaddy now of all the Marvel movies. They all got to live up to Avengers pretty much now.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're
Which
saying.
is hard to do. Like what I was saying in the talking about Love and Thunder. Number 8, I have Wonder Woman, which I think is, other than a couple other movies, it's probably the best of the modern. It's number 1 or 2 of the best of the modern DC movies.
I love it.
As in like post Christian Bale, modern. She single handedly saved DC after the flop of Batman vs Superman.
I agree. 100%.
Number 7 is Guardians of the Galaxy. It is just a fun movie. The soundtrack is a bop every time.
Right.
When I think of like superhero movies that I could just go watch right now and put on in the background, that's one of them. Easy. Like I don't even really have to watch it to know what's going on. I can just sit there on my phone listening. Number 6 is Into the Spider-Verse, which I think is under. I've always, as I've said on the podcast before, DC owns the animated movie and cartoon world for superhero, but Into the Spider-Verse really probably shot him in the leg. Showed them that Marvel's on their way with animated series.
I know when this first came out, everyone had they talked so highly about it, and then I watch it. I'm like, okay, it's good, but I still don't see like why
The
everyone
hype. I agree
loves
with
it.
Mikey. I'm the same way.
I
I enjoyed it. I liked it.
It wasn't bad. Like
I just think
I don't know.
the story was really good. The animation style, I really enjoyed the animation style.
I get
It
that,
was
yeah.
fun. For someone who likes animation
But-
styles, I liked it.
But yeah, but the way like people talked about it, I just didn't see it.
Right. I agree.
Number 5, I have X-Men: Days of Future Past.
That's a good one.
I think it has the original cast and it has the new X-Men, and Wolverine is the star of the entire thing, and I just think it's the best. It was probably, except for some of these newer ones that I'm going to come up with, it probably would have been number 1 or 2 if these new latest movies hadn't come out.
I think I liked Apocalypse better than that one though.
Apocalypse was good. Apocalypse would have been as an honorable mention, but I really did not like the character design of the bad guy, Apocalypse, or
Yeah.
whatever his name was. I thought he looked like a what's that show? A Power Rangers villain. He looked like a Power Rangers villain. Ivan Ooze. He looked like Ivan Ooze.
Ivan is.
Number 4 is Thor Ragnarok. I think Thor Ragnarok
That's a fun movie.
Yeah.
is such a fun movie that it's almost hard for any other Marvel movie to live up to it. The storytelling, the action, the music, the art style, amazing.
Had good comedy like timing
Yeah.
too.
And it's probably the last time we'll see. It might be the last time we see Loki in a movie. You never know.
Yeah.
He
Never
might
thought
be
about that. I
because of
never
the-
thought about that. God damn it.
in the he's got the show, but you never know.
Yeah.
They might not bring him into a movie now.
Ruined my day.
Sorry. Number 3, I have the Batman, the latest, the one that came out this year.
Right.
I think that is top tier, like easily top 3 Batman movies of all time.
Yeah.
Because it shows year 2, year 3 Batman.
Right. It's a detective. It's a
Yeah,
detective.
it was a
comic, yeah.
detective movie with a guy dressed as a bat. That's really what it was. And plus it gave me a meme or a TikTok I can't stop quoting. The something's in my ass.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay.
Number 3, I have The Dark Knight. Or not number 3. Number 2, I have The Dark Knight.
Okay. Okay.
Need I say more? Heath Ledger's Joker just is amazing. Christian
Right.
Bale. Christian Bale was amazing with his character in Love and Thunder. But he will never have another other than I can't think of the Batman is his second best character behind that one movie he did.
I don't know. He
Ah,
pulled off
yeah.
10 miles really well in Ford versus Ferrari.
He did pull off.
He was a pretty good Jason Bateman, not Jason Bateman, whatever, Psycho, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm
American
saying.
Psycho?
American Psycho is probably his
American
best
Psycho,
best
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is Endgame. It was just such a good movie overall. Like I don't have many if any complaints about that movie. Great action, great story. It had some good comedy, and it was the end of an era. Let's be honest.
I don't have Endgame on my top 10.
I don't either.
Really,
Yeah.
I don't either.
I really like Endgame. I think it's amazing, and that's really saying something because I really thought Infinity War sucked. Infinity War was horrible in my eyes.
Is that the one with the bad CGI at the beginning when they're fighting in the woods?
No, that's Age of Ultron. Infinity War is the one
Okay.
where at the end when everyone got snapped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my list. You guys have any critiques,
This
criticism,
might be
thoughts?
controversial.
No, I think your Spider Verse is too high in my opinion. That's the only thing. But that's just its opinion, so it don't really matter
Yeah.
what I think. You know.
Your opinion's wrong, but that's okay. It's your opinion. All right, let's go with Chris next.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, so number 10. Some of ours are very similar. So I got number 10. I've got Thor Ragnarok as number 10.
Okay.
because yeah, it's a fun movie, like you said, and I enjoy it. Number nine, I have Deadpool because I love that
Okay.
movie.
I thought about getting Deadpool, but I
It
was
is
like,
so
eh.
good.
Yeah.
It's I
Yeah.
really enjoy watching Deadpool. That's
I
one of my.
chose Green Lantern. It's another one. No, I should-
No,
But
Deadpool's an
Deadpool,
honorable mention, but it's just a comedy. That's how I had it.
yeah, but he brings in, he's got cheesy,
He's got the superhero landing.
yeah,
He's got the X Force.
he's got the X, yeah, yeah,
Well, are you saying the first Deadpool or the second?
yeah, the first Deadpool,
Yeah, the
Okay.
first Deadpool is way better than the second.
yeah. But I did enjoy the second one. Number 8, I have Guardians of the Galaxy because it's funny. Like you said, the soundtrack is kicking. It's just a good movie. That's a fun movie. That's a joy.
Yeah.
So I've got Guardians at number 8. Number 7, I have Spider-Man with No Way Home.
Nice.
I love that. I mean, I saw it. Well, I think I saw it twice at the theater. I just love the way they used modern technology to twist Spider-Man looking like the bad guy, and J. Jonah Jameson calling him out, and I love that idea. And
Uh-huh.
6, I have the Batman, and I've only got it. I've got it down to 6 only for. I've got it at 6 because I think it's it's too long. I think they could have shortened it a little bit. So that's the only reason it's at where it's at. But I've still I love it because I love the bad guys, but I like the fact that in this the bad guys were human beings. They weren't super people. They weren't, you know what I mean? They were just everyday normal people that just happened to be
Oh
bad.
yeah.
That's the main thing I loved about it. But I've got the Batman at number 6, and that's
I
only
never
because
thought
of
about
running time. Number 5, I've got Wonder Woman because I think that movie's just spectacular. I think she's Gal Gadot just pulled off one of the after watching Wonder Woman as a kid on TV, and she is Wonder Woman. I think she's just spectacular. 4, I have Spider-Man: Homecoming because that was a fun movie. And just the chemistry with all the kids and him realizing he's got a superpower and they're trying to keep a secret.
Oh, that's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, the very first
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just think that's funny because that's what kids would do. Say, oh, come on, let me say. No, I'm not. You can't tell anybody. Oh, come on, let me tell. No, you can't tell. You know what I mean? Number 3, I know you guys ain't gonna like this, but I don't even care. Is I've got Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve.
I have never seen it, so I can't say anything.
We talked about that last week, and it's like I get it.
It is.
I mean, it's your generation. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's my generation. I was probably what I remember. I was seeing at the movie. I might have been like 9, 10 years old, but it introduces Zod, and I mean it's got the whole Neil before Zod. I mean, it was just he was a great Superman. He really was. Christopher Reeve was a great Superman. That storyline is great, and Terrence Stamp plays a great Zod. He's got Zod and Ursa, they were banished. They were criminals on Krypton, and they were banished into space, right? Kind of like a prison sentence. They were stuck in this prism. But when Krypton explodes, the debris from the explosion hits the prism they were in, which causes them to escape. So they escape, and then they end up on planet Earth and wreak havoc there. So they come after Superman. So it's a great movie. I still love that movie. The special effects are extremely, extremely cheesy, but
it was the what 80s?
Yeah, early 80s, probably 80.
You're not gonna have
82.
But
But Gene
have modern.
I mean, it had a lot of people. I mean, E.G. Marshall's and all these great characters. Gene Hackman played Lex Luthor, and he's great as Lex Luthor. So you've got a lot of big name people. Jackie Coogan's in it.
Can I say one thing about Christopher Reeve?
What about Christopher Reeve? He's
too bad he fell. Too bad he fell off that horse and started eating fetuses. They had to get a South Park reference in there.
I know, right? 2, I have The Dark Knight because, like you said, Heath Ledger's performance is just spectacular, and it's one of the to me, I've got it at 2, but I still say of the modern superhero movies, I think it's the best one.
I got
really
it at
do.
2 also. So
Yeah. So the first one, my number 1, is Batman from 1989, with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Because
probably one
without
of the best Jokers.
Yeah, he was really sick and demented. I mean, you watch that movie now. That Joker, he's he just kills with no remorse whatsoever. He don't even care, and that's what I like about it. But I say without this Batman movie, we don't have the superhero movies we have now, because superhero movies there were none when they did that.
Yeah.
You had the cheesy movies from the 70s. I remember the Spider-Man movies. It was like a TV movie from the 70s, and he's crawling
I
on the.
see the meme where he's like hitting the hammer, like he's crouching or something, like he's hitting the hammer
Well, like
on.
you can
on
tell
the
they've got
pavement
the
or something.
camera turned sideways, and he's walking he's walking on the floor, but it's supposed to be a building.
Oh
That's just
yeah.
how cheesy the special effects were, and so that essentially superhero movies were done. So I say without Tim Burton and Batman in 1989, we don't have this generation of superhero movies. I don't think. I think it just kind of opened the door a little bit, even though the George Clooney Batman ruined the whole series with the nipples. But I love everybody, and it was great because it's no different now when they picked Pattinson for Batman. Really, can he be Batman? Everybody questioned it, and he's a great Batman. He's a very good Batman. But Michael Keaton was in comedy movies. He did Night Shift, and he did Mr. Mom, and he did The Dream Team, and he was a comedy actor. He wasn't serious in any way whatsoever. So when they had Michael Keaton as Batman, people were like, "Really? Michael Keaton's Batman? Are you kidding me? This is a joke, right?" You're like, "Really?" I remember hearing all this, and boy, he pulled it off. So I have no shame in putting Batman 1989 with Michael Keaton as my number 1 superhero movie.
Now, I was at the gym yesterday, and the Batman Forever was on. I was kind of glued to it. Like I wasn't working. I was just watching it as I was just sitting. Like I was like, man, I couldn't even hear anything, but I was watching it the whole time. I mean, with Jim Carrey as Riddler and stuff, it was good.
Is that the one with Val Kilmer?
Yeah, yeah,
That's a good one too.
yeah.
I enjoy that one.
What I was like, there was a scene in it, like it had no business being badass, but it was. Um, Val Kilmer, Batman, chasing the Riddler and Two-Face, and like he jumps down off the building, and they send him through the chute or something, and then um, Two-Face, he ignites this room that they made Batman fall into, like some sewers. I don't anyway,
Right.
with gas. It just says poison, like caution gas. It doesn't say what type of gas, and then he lights it, and then there's fire like about to engulf him, and like um he activates his cape or something. He throws it around. It activates his cape to protect him from
Right.
like, and then it goes back to Two-Face, and then he's laughing like I just killed the Batman, and then like it switches back to the flames and stuff, and you just see Batman just running out of the flames. I was like, man, that's a badass scene. It was
Yeah.
sick. I was like, I gotta watch that with sound.
That's a good movie. It is. He's a good Batman. Val Kilmer was really, really a
Yeah.
good Batman. I was kind of disappointed that he didn't come back as Batman, but after seeing his documentary, I understood why he didn't want to be that. He didn't want to be Batman again. So
That was cool. All right, I guess I should.
it's your turn, Mikey. What's your top 10?
Oh my gosh, this guys are. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Okay, number 10, Chronicle.
Good movie.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they gained superpowers, fly on a rock or something, whatever they found.
Yeah, some glowing rock they find.
Yeah. I like it because it was like it was like, oh, that's cool. They have superpowers and stuff, and they're discovering it, and then it just like turns dark, and it's crazy.
It's kind of The Boys.
And I
but
like
with
the way they
boys.
shot it too. Like
Yeah.
it's just like almost POV type.
Yeah.
Young Michael B. Jordan. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Michael B. Jordan was in that.
Yeah.
That is a very underrated movie. It's on
Yeah.
I watched it the other month or so ago.
Number 9. Here's another one. You probably never thought I'd put on here. Sky High.
I forgot about that movie.
Wait, is that the one with Kurt Russell?
Yes.
And that's
I
a good
love
movie.
Sky High. I need to watch it. It's back in 2005. That's fucking old.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Fucking Danielle Panabaker. Panabaker. Yeah,
Danielle
shoot.
Panabaker.
Yeah. But yeah, Kurt Russell's awesome, and like that whole story, like man, I wish I went to Sky High. Like I was watching it, like man, I want to go to Sky High.
Isn't that on Disney?
Yeah, it was a Disney movie.
It's on the Disney app, I think.
It might be. I need to look. Damn, I might watch it. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, now I
Hell
want to watch it
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Have you never seen it?
I've seen it once,
Oh,
but
okay.
it
Yeah.
was like that long ago.
Yeah.
I think I watched
I
it with
haven't-
the kids. So
I haven't seen it since it was like on DVD when it came out in like VHS or
Right.
DVD.
Okay. Number 8, Incredibles. I always liked that one. It's not just because of the mom. All right. Yeah, I thought that was cool. 7. What's that? I got X-Men First Class as 7. I like that one more than anyone because I mean, uh, the whole Magneto scene, like, not just using his anger or something, and him just finding like, because he's so out for revenge, and then the Professor X, or yeah, like he's teaching him like, hey, don't just go off your anger and stuff, and it shows a different side of him that we just don't see. That's why I like it.
It actually showed that him and Professor Xavier were friends,
Yeah.
not just saying, "Hey, we were friends once."
6, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Of course, I just put recency bias next to it just because that was pretty good. 5, Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, that seems to be a trend with us. It's nice.
Yeah.
4, I got the Batman here at 4, so he made
The
top
Batman?
5. Yeah, with
Right.
the shiny vampire, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
3, I got Infinity War. I just watched it the other day. I'm like, man, this is pretty good. I like it. I like it better than Endgame. Shoot me.
Hold on, I got a better thing to shoot you than shooting you.
I like it because, you know, like throughout the whole movie, I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna win, and everyone seems so optimistic almost, and they're gonna stop them, and they're gonna do this, and then it just turns south, and everything just goes wrong against the fucking team, and it's awesome. So fuck it. 2, I got Logan. I put Logan on here.
Lee Logan's good.
I almost put Logan on.
I was kind of curious where to put it. 2 felt kind of right. I don't know. It's good to see, like, because I guess throughout all the X-Men movies, I mean, you see him like he's invincible and stuff, and then you finally see him and he's not. It's because it's the adamantium that's poisonous, isn't it, or something?
No, they're poisoning the food. So the poison in they're poisoning the food that's turning or killing all the mutants.
What?
I thought they were putting something in the food where they were like killing off the mutants.
No, I don't think so.
I thought that's what I don't remember. I don't remember.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they always thought he was like, of course, he could self-regenerate and stuff, which I guess is his power. But I thought it was the adamantium that's like slowly like kind of poisoned him. I thought that's what it was.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, and then number
Yeah,
nine.
okay, you're right. It was the poisoning.
Okay, I thought so. Number one, Dark Knight Rises.
That the one
That's
with
my
Bane.
yeah. That's always been. I've watched that 20
You
plus
talk about
times.
that all the time. You really do. So
I from the soundtrack to I don't know him like because he wasn't at the beginning of the movie. He's not like he doesn't want to be Batman anymore, and then
I'm
like
not wearing the hockey pads.
like he just fucking gets he breaks his back because Bane fucking rips him in two basically. And then he's like then he just there's redemption, some type of redemption story.
Well, I will say,
I
what's
like
her
it.
name is a great Catwoman.
Yeah, she looked pretty
So
good in that suit.
yeah, she is a good Catwoman. Well, overall, the whole character, she is a great Catwoman. She really, and I don't think anybody talks about her performance enough. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it because she's hot. I mean, she's very
Yeah.
attractive.
Oh
but
yeah.
I just think her performance as Catwoman was really, really good.
Yeah. She played a good Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
She might be the best Catwoman if you don't count like
Halle I don't know. I wouldn't count Halle Berry as a Catwoman.
no, I was gonna
It
say
was-
Catwoman from the Gotham show because I thought that girl in Gotham was really.
Oh yeah, she was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard. This list wasn't easy. I mean, I think Shazam's
No.
an honorable mention. I think that's a great movie.
I have Ghost Rider down. I almost put Ghost Rider in there because of Nick Cage.
And even the Suicide Squad movies. I mean,
Yeah,
those
I
were
put-
really good. Even that Birds of
Shang-Chi
Prey
was really
movie
good.
is really good.
I put Mystery Men down as well.
Who?
Mystery Men.
Oh yeah, Mr. the Spleen.
I almost
got-
put the Snyder cut of Justice League, but
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I didn't choose Justice League just because it's like they had to make two versions of it just to make it
Yeah.
look good, or
Yeah.
another version of it just to
That's
make it
my-
seem reasonable. Yeah,
You know what's sneaky good too
can't get
is
a redo.
Ant-Man is sneaky good.
yeah, it really is. Another one of my honorable mentions was Kick-Ass.
Yes,
Yeah,
I thought about that
doing
too.
it, yeah.
And both of those were good actually. But
Oh, there's just
yeah,
so many good ones. It was like if we did 20, I could have easily made an easier list. But there was just some that I wanted on the top 10 a little better.
I mean, I even think the first Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, is good. The Sam Raimi one. That's
Yeah.
a good movie. It really is. But that's before we saw Angry Tobey Maguire. But that's a really good. That's a really good movie.
Emo, yeah, the emo. Tell
Yeah.
me.
But yeah, this wasn't. It was easy, but it wasn't because, like I said, then you've got the ones that you do enjoy, but you don't think they deserve a top 10. Like I was saying, between Shazam and the Suicide Squad movies, because all the Suicide Squad movies were really fun. I enjoyed them very much.
Even how bad that first one was, in like the sense of it just wasn't a good movie.
I
It's still
enjoyed
fun.
it.
It's still a fun movie. I still like to watch it.
I enjoyed it. I thought from day one that it was a good movie. I really did. And I mean, I've never seen somebody take on a role the way Margot Robbie has with
She owns that role too.
she does. She really does. The
Um,
Harley Quinn role. She really does. And that's why I think, one, they called it Birds of Prey, so nobody knew it was a Harley Quinn movie. And plus it came out right before the pandemic hit. And I just think, I really think those two things combined just killed that movie. But that's a great
one of the
movie.
First movies to go like direct to streaming because of COVID.
Was it Ewan McGregor? He was the bad guy, right?
Yeah, Ewan McGregor was the bad guy.
Yeah, he was a great bad guy. It's funny how, we talk about how with Thor and Iron Man and all these movies, all these get hyped up as great movies. There's a lot of sneaky good movies out there, superhero movies that nobody talks about,
Okay.
and I think that's one of them.
One that I didn't think was I looked at a list of superhero movies and I just kind of remembered it. I saw it was The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah,
That was a good superhero movie with
it's got Sean Connery in it, don't it?
Sean Connery and what I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Who played the Dark Knight and Joker?
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's in it.
Oh, is it?
Pretty sure that's Heath Ledger. Maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't think it is actually. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Ain't that Eddie Redmayne? Or is that the other one? The Secret, whatever. Stuart Townsend, Sean Connery, Peter Wilson.
I'm wrong. Never mind. I was thinking of Four Brothers for some reason.
There's like a bunch of British people in this movie that I've never heard of.
Brothers Grimm. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's really fun.
Oh, Brothers Grimm. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of Brothers Grimm for some reason. They came out about the same time. It'd been nice to get Tim's list.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I've been the next show I started watching was Umbrella Academy. I'm only started the second episode just here recently.
Of season 1.
Season 3. The new.
How about that epic foot battle?
I know. I was just about to say something about it. I was like, oh, this is fucking. I was having a ball watching that. That looks so fun.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're having a great time to do that too. Like you can
I watched that TikTok you sent every once in a while. It was so fun.
Yeah. Oh man, the things I need to learn how to do that just because I want to. 'Cause that looks so fun to do. They did it so perfectly too. Like I was like, I remember watching Footloose, and I'm like, oh yeah, that part was in it, and they did. That was so good. And then it was all a dream. I'm like, God damn it. So I like it so far.
You know what I kind of forgot about adding, Mikey? The My Hero movies.
Oh. Oh yeah, I guess
they're
that is
superheroes.
Yeah, I guess so. I never even thought about that. Man.
Anybody? I guess time to switch topics. Like unless someone else others to talk about.
Yeah, we need to say goodbye and Godspeed to one of Hollywood's greatest legendary actors, Mr. James Caan.
Who?
Oh my God, Buddy's dad from Elf.
Oh, what's his name? James
Caan.
Caan.
No, it's not that. It's not like that Caan.
Sounds like
He passed away.
I had no idea he was his father. Scott Caan.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that is Scott Caan's dad. He's exactly right. Yes. He was the original Brian Piccolo in Brian's Song. That movie will make you cry.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He was Brian Piccolo. That was his first big role. Was Brian's Song. I remember.
He was in The Godfather.
He was in The Godfather. He played Sonny. Yeah, spectacular.
Sonny
Corleone.
He was in A Bridge Too Far. Who did he play in A Bridge Too Far?
He was in A Bridge Too Far. He was in Rollerball, which is a great futuristic movie. You should watch Rollerball, the original, not the new one with LL Cool J. That movie sucked ass. But yeah, he was in The Godfather. He was in Misery. Of course, he played Buddy the Elf's dad. He was in. There's been a lot of stuff, but he was a great character actor. He was a great actor. I don't remember him. Oh, he was the president in Get Smart. It was funny to see him. If you see him as Sonny, I mean, everybody remembers his most memorable role is Sonny Corleone, obviously, from The Godfather. So to see him pull off being the dad of Buddy the Elf is just really funny. Oh, dude, he was in Eraser with the Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's a great movie too. But yeah, he was in Dick Tracy. Alien Nation was a good one. Kiss Me Goodbye. He was really good in that one too. That's from 1982. 1941. But yeah, he passed. He was in Silent Movie. That's right. He was in Silent Movie. That's right. Freebie and the Bean. He also played in a. He was in a John Wayne movie too, I believe.
Dorado.
Yeah, that's right. He was in a Get Smart episode. Yeah, El Dorado. He was in El Dorado with, golly, John Wayne and Robert Mitchum. That's pretty big.
Bridge Too Far. Look at the cast of that.
What year did that come out?
Bridge Too Far, 77.
I probably watched that on.
Holy shit.
A Bridge Too Far had Sean Connery, Michael Caine, Dick Bogarty, Robert Redford, James Caan, Gene Hackman, Anthony Hopkins.
God damn.
Good God.
Talk about a who's who of a cast right there.
You know why? You know what the difference between then and now is? I mean, those are all A1 actors. Even back then, those guys were the shit of Hollywood. They couldn't afford those actors right now. You know what I mean? Actors ask so much for a retainer. Movies like that couldn't be made with that kind of cast because everybody's going to want $25 million a picture. You got Ryan O'Neal's in it, Laurence Olivier.
Well,
I mean,
speaking of that, you want to hear the cast for The Longest Day?
yeah.
John Wayne, Henry Fonda, Robert Mitchum, Robert Ryan, Sean Connery, Richard Burton, Richard Todd, Eddie Albert, Richard Baymar.
Jeez.
That was an all-star cast. Was
Yeah.
The Longest Day. But also, one thing is a lot of actors don't get along anymore for some reason. At least I feel like they don't.
Right. Oh, Harry and Walter go to New York. I forgot about that one.
I do have a topic I kind of want to talk about because it's kind of been blowing up on Twitter lately. If you're ready to switch topics real quick.
No, we're fine. So rest in peace,
So-
Mr. James Caan. That's all I got.
R.I.P. What do you guys think about method acting? Or yeah, method acting, like where
Like
you just
people that
turn-
stay in the role, like even when they're off camera.
Yeah,
I read where one actor said that people are a-holes if they're method actors. And I can't remember who said it.
I think it depends on the role. I mean, I think situations are situational. I don't know.
It's proven to be.
I
it's-
feel like if
it-
you're a good enough actor, you can act no matter whether you're on the set. I don't think you have to stay in character.
Now I can understand. Like they always say, Daniel Day-Lewis is a method actor, right?
yeah.
And like when if you talk to him, like when he was Abraham Lincoln, he spoke like Abraham Lincoln. So I get that because he's an Englishman. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
So you want to keep that. But it's been known to, I mean, method acting has killed people, essentially.
It pretty much killed Heath Ledger.
It killed Heath Ledger. It messed up Val Kilmer
Mhm.
because he was Jim Morrison.
The guy that played Elvis, someone had to call him and tell him to stop being Elvis because it was killing him.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't Jared Leto do it too?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Jared Leto's kind of gotten away from it.
Yeah.
The way
Oh,
I've
yeah, I
always seen
read about that
method
too, yeah.
acting is it's more of a award bait than anything else.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because it seems like
I
all
can
the
see
method
that.
actors win all the awards.
Yeah, David Harbour blast method acting, calls Daniel Day-Lewis's approach nonsense. He spoke out against it. I'm trying to figure out what he said about it. I'm very much trained in classical American method acting, Harbour said, before adding he doesn't think it actually works and can also be dangerous. When I was younger, it's so embarrassing, but I remember playing that famous Scottish king and being like, I'm going to kill a cat or something. I'm going to go murder something to know what it feels like to murder. I didn't actually do it, obviously. Not only is method acting stuff silly, it's dangerous, and it doesn't actually produce good work. Wow, there you go.
I don't know. It's just
What he,
it seems
what
to be
he,
blowing up right now.
he said, that's because David Harbour has said that quote, like, "Oh, David Harbour killed a cat." I think that's where that's coming from. That's why I said it. Of Daniel Day-Lewis, he says he's an extraordinary actor who I'm captivated and fascinated by. But when he explains his process, it sounds like nonsense to me. But I buy that. I buy that. The whole David Harbour. I agree with what he says to point. Like he says, it's dangerous. It really is. And like you said, we talked about Heath Ledger, essentially killing Heath Ledger.
hmm
I mean, to get into that role, he locked himself in a hotel room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he couldn't get out of it. That role just that character just it took him over. He couldn't sleep, and he ends up overdosing accidentally on prescription meds. So
He had other issues, but that on top of not being able to get out of the Joker.
and I think that happened to Val Kilmer when he played
Iceman.
no Iceman. No, when he played Jim Morrison in the Doors movie. Because they made a movie about the Doors.
hmm
And because Jim Morrison was weird. He really was. I'm trying to Google this here. It just says that he's, I just think that, I think he stayed in character, and I think it messed him up.
I don't know. I know it's messed a lot of people up. So that's why I just wanted to bring that up real quick.
No, I think it's a very dangerous practice.
hmm
I get it. You're a character. You want to get into their head. Yeah, here it is. This is it. Here's talking about it. He needed therapy to feel normal again. Method acting has been known to take its toll on actors, and the extreme degree to which Val Kilmer approached playing Jim Morrison wound up sending him into therapy so he could get back to the man he was before it took place. Wow. So
Hmm.
I think it cost him his marriage. I think that's what happened. Because he couldn't get out of the. It's weird how those people. I mean, you're essentially taking on the thought process, the mentality.
Yeah.
When you method act, you're taking on the mentality of the character, and I think that's what leads to it being so dangerous. I mean, I can understand wanting to, if I'm an American but I'm playing a British person and I'm speaking with a British accent, I could understand me wanting to speak British all the time. To not stay in character, but to be on top of my accent.
Yeah.
I get why actors do that. I understand that completely, but don't do it. Don't do it, kids. It's not worth it. I'm not an acting professional at all whatsoever, but it just seems like
We've seen enough that seems dangerous.
it just it did. I mean, to just start acting like another person and not being able to shake it. That's pretty scary. If you can't turn it off. I mean, if that's a scary thought. You're turning into something you aren't.
hmm
I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, there's a difference between studying your character. If I'm playing Ted Bundy, I want to get into Ted Bundy's head and try and be what he thinks, but I don't really want to become Ted Bundy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna become the Unabomber.
My boy was Ted Bundy, Zac Efron.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, he played a great Ted Bundy. He was really good as Ted Bundy. But no, that's a good question. Is it dangerous or not? I say yes. If we ever interview an actor, we need to bring that question up to them and see what they say.
We will eventually, hopefully.
Well, we got to watch Terror Squad and whatever else that guy's in. We need to start watching this shit. And hopefully he feels sorry for us because he's from Indiana too. It's like Dawn of the Dead or something. I think we need to watch
Why Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead because he was in Dawn of the Dead.
The original?
Yeah, from 1978.
Oh, I haven't seen the original. Oh.
I haven't either. It's got Ken Foree. We want to talk to Ken Foree because he was in Dawn of the Dead and he was in Terror Squad. And we need to watch. I think we need to watch a few of his movies to get some background, to get some questions.
Yeah.
So when you make a list,
he did a lot of Disney stuff too.
He's in a lot of. He's just a character actor. He did a lot of TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Matlock, Dallas, Cheers. So, Quantum Leap, Hunter, stuff like that. So,
Mikey. Mikey, do you have a shower thought before we get ready?
No, I don't. I've jumped down this rabbit hole of method acting stories that I found. Some of them are really funny.
go ahead.
They had the Val Kilmer one on here.
Yeah.
And then I was reading the Jared Leto one where he gift live rat to Margot Robbie, and then he sent a dead hog to someone, and then he gave Will Smith an envelope full of bullets, and he's just a prankster. Just I don't know. And then a lot of them they would drop weight or do something to portray that role, like Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale's done it a few times, and so did Jared Leto for Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah. There was what's that one? I don't know. What's other one I was gonna go to? Trying to find Adrian Brody. He's a pretty famous method actor, I guess now, but I guess he played a Holocaust survivor in The Pianist. He taught himself piano, dropped 30 pounds. I guess being a Holo stuff, he's showed up to set with only one bag and a piano and giving up his apartment, selling his car, disconnecting his phone. He said his girlfriend ended up dumping him, but it's that's probably a little too far. Nicolas Cage, of course, there's a story about him. It's fucking wild. I don't know. Yeah, there's.
What did he method act for? He's essentially Nicolas Cage in every movie.
Oh yeah,
that is his method acting.
So,
what in the name of Zeus's butthole?
It's from an '80s movie, Vampire's Kiss. The scene called for his character, a rich New York book agent who believes he's turned into a bloodsucker to devour a cockroach. The director planned on swapping out the live critter for a fake edible prop, but Cage insisted on eating the real thing, and twice.
Yeah.
I thought the only beginning. Honestly, I'm reading this off the internet here, but Nicolas Cage's career is littered with strange ones. Affected his first role on Peggy Sue. Got married to having high pitched voice.
Yeah, he did have a high pitched voice in that.
And then he had 4 teeth pulled for a role for Birdie. I don't know what that is. Without anesthesia, and it's so yeah. I'm sure it's everywhere for him. Leo, Heath Ledger's on here. Tom Hanks is on here. Tom Hanks is a Green Mile one for Tom Hanks, I think. Oh, and Castaway. He refused to cut his hair or bathe, and he ended up with staph infection.
Who did?
Tom Hanks for
Really?
Castaway.
Yeah, Tom Hanks
You-
has come out as a pretty big
He
person
lost
against it.
it says he lost 50 pounds. And
Yeah. Which
yeah.
I mean, that makes sense though for that role. I think. If you're on a desert island and you're gonna be skinny after a while because.
Right. Those are like the really interesting ones that came across, I guess. But
But I don't include losing weight and like gaining weight from roles as like method acting or working out and becoming strong. You're just, you're just looking the part. You're not.
I mean, what happened to the method actors that, like, say the script calls for, um, a maybe a white male, and what they bring in an Asian one? And it's like, are you supposed to act white or something? I don't know.
It goes back when they made when Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect. That's
I'm a
perfect.
dude playing a dude disguised as another
That's
dude.
another dude. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
I don't have a shower thought though.
Robert Downey Jr.'s best role. I have
not
Really, I
Iron
kind of
Man,
like
not-
doing weird science myself, and also Back to School.
never seen those.
You've never seen Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield?
No.
He goes back to college with his son. His son is in college, and he goes back to school. He was like, "We're going back to we're going to college." So he goes back to college, and he goes to college with his son, and his son's roommate is Robert Downey Jr.
Hmm.
So that's a great movie, and Burt Young is his driver and like bodyguard. Paulie from Rocky. William Zabka is the bully. Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. He's like this buffed up bully, in that movie. And I highly recommend it. That's a great movie.
Hmm.
I can't believe y'all never seen it. It's on streaming somewhere because I just saw it.
I mean, everything's on streaming somewhere if you look.
I
hard
know,
enough.
but I could have watched it back to school.
I like
It
them to
is
judge.
on.
What's that one?
It might be on HBO Max.
I'm also surprised none of us put Dread on our list.
Yeah, it is. It's on HBO Max. There you go. Watch Back to School on HBO Max. Yeah, Dread's up there too.
It'd be an honorable mention if we did those.
It'd be in my top 20 probably.
Yeah. Anyways, I got a shower thought. Someone's mom is totally using you as a bad example for their kids.
Hell yeah.
Not me. I'm a good boy.
I was like that. To the people in church, I was used as a bad example.
That's
Not
all I got.
me. Not me.
Anyways, you can, if you don't want to be somebody's bad example, you can listen to our podcast at YouTube or Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and Amazon. You can catch us at Pod Nerds at Twitter or Facebook.
It's no fun. You don't mess up anymore. It's only
If you
taking you
don't-
2 years. It's only taking you 2 years to get that down smoothly.
I still mess up every once in a while. Let's be honest. Because if you don't know, now you know whose your nerds are. I tried a little too hard on that.